how to pass with good qualities. But before understanding the very simple of passing with good qualities, you must understand.
Hello guys, we're here once more time again, and this time around we're going to be talking about studies. So we're going to talk about effective way for us to study in order to pass exams. I'm going to specifically talk about the advanced and ordinary level once you have experience in. Yeah, I'm not going to be the one talking because I guess that you have more experience than the way I do or the way I have when it comes to this matter. So I invited one of my friends to, and I think he's going to present himself to you guys. Here once again, and I'm here with my special invite. His name is sorry, let him present himself. So what's your name?
My name is Mbonyetam Salomo. I'm a present student of the National Advanced School of Engineering of Yaoundé, otherwise called Polytech Yaoundé. So I'm here as an invitee.
So Solomon,
Yes.
was it an easy task actually getting to Polytechnic only?
So I won't say it is an easy task, but recently I didn't enter through the concours, but I did preparative classes for the concours.
Okay, so Solomon did not enter through the concours even if he did the preparatory classes. So tell us how you entered.
By God's grace, I had 25 points at my GCE advanced level, so that granted me a direct admission to the National Advanced School of Engineering. So the way I entered Polytech without writing the concours.
Okay, so I'm putting this in mind that ending Polytech now, you just need to have 25 points and
Yes.
you're officially getting into
Admitted.
Polytech only, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go straight into this. You have the 25 points. I mean, that is not a simple thing to say because I cannot really imagine myself in that position. After you are now with 25 points, man, it's a long story. We're going to discuss another day. So, actually, how do you manage to do that? I mean, how do you manage to reach that level? You say like that.
So first of all, I'm someone that I'm not a genius. I'm someone that works hard.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you that achievement in life are made 80% through your hard work and the other percent, the 20 remaining percent is through your intellectual abilities. So I reaching to that level is through a lot of sacrifices and a lot of sacrifices and a lot of hard work and all those stuff, similar things like that.
Okay. So actually, you say a lot of sacrifices. For me, it's not that easy. I would like to know right now, but I think we also would like to know. Now, if we want to have a 25 points or want to score like 25 points, imagine I'm supposed to write again. You see, and I said that okay, now this time around I need to have 25 points.
To enter Polytech.
Yeah, in case I want to enter Polytech, as you said.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do?
Okay, interesting. So the sacrifice, if you know, we are all youth and there are a lot of youthful passions. But in life, to achieve great things, you must have the ability of sacrificing yourself. So, for example, in our present youth life, youth journey, let me say like that, we are faced with a lot of difficulties. For example, I personally had friends that all their all their own interest is to make feast and all those stuff.
Like party,
You
yes.
think that just normal for our ages, but to achieve greatly in life, you must able to sacrifice some of the things. Putting yourself apart, not doing those stuff, will help you to achieve great goals in your life. So you must be a partaker of those sacrifices.
Yeah.
So you must sacrifice your resting time, your resting periods.
Yeah.
So if you were sleeping 8 hours, 10 hours, I personally, when I'm on holidays, I have the ability, I can sleep 14 hours. But when it comes to book work, school stuff, I sacrifice myself. I say, to achieve great goals, I must have to diminish my hours of rest. So I find myself sleeping 6 hours. But it is to note that sleeping is has a major role in your success. You never neglect sleeping, resting the way you rest because it have a great impact on your brain. So there's another way of sacrifice. With time, I'm going to enter detail in that.
Okay, so actually, the point is saying here, sacrifice is very important. I need to really choose our path, this time our path from where we're
Mhm.
starting. Now, let's go deeply into the educational part, the educational sector. So now, I would like you to tell us how you study. Like, do you sit down, just read that you cram everything, or I'm not understanding because somebody at that point. I mean, there was a style, there was a technique, or how were you doing, like the way you studied?
I personally, I don't like to hear the word cramming. It sounds a little bit strange to my ears because when you are cramming, you deprive yourself from many opportunities of you understanding things. Why? For example, if you take there are some question that how can I say it, that needs your understanding. I like our GC paper of physics. It was testing our level of knowledge of the subject. It was not dealing with the cramming capacity. So avoid cramming to the greatest level. But cramming is also important. Cramming is a part of studying. So they're dependent, they're complementary one another. So that is what I have to say
And the tips on studying or how you study.
on how I study. I study as a simple student. I take my book, I pray before reading, I take my book, I concentrate and all the stuff. Paying attention to the explanation that are given in class. It is very, 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 very vital.
Yeah, very nice.
That people that doesn't need a secondary explanation once that getting an explanation that was being given in class. For example, the thing that you can learn in eight, 8 hours, 2 days, 1 month, you can learn it in 2 hours from your teacher by hearing kindly his explanations. So it's very vital to understand, to pay attention to the explanation given in class. Okay, I'm also going to speak about solving past questions.
Okay.
That is very vital because I can tell you that solving people sometimes neglect that part, but it's very vital. Why? Because I will take an example. Presently at Polytech, there's a course that at the beginning seems difficult, but approaching is somehow manageable. So that course, I did read my books. I was not reading my books because it was a little bit strange. So I took my decision to solve all possible past questions that I can handle, no matter the year, to solve them and understand the past question because sometimes when you take past question, our
just
first
solve.
thing is to
You
solve
just
and
solve
cram.
without understanding communication.
But that should not be a habit.
Okay.
When you take the past question, you solve first by your own before referring to the corrections if there are corrections. So another point is knowing your conducive atmosphere of
Okay.
studying. Why? When I'm talking about conducive atmosphere, are people that are capable of learning in a quiet atmosphere, like graveyard. Others that like reading when there's a small noise. I personally like reading when there's a small noise from the television. So, no, I'm not saying sound because sound is organized. It's a disordered sound, noise, small noise
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
Some things like that. So
Yeah.
you must know your conducive atmosphere. When you sit down there, you read, the thing will be more fluent, more accurate, all those stuff.
Okay.
So another point is knowing your center of interest.
Yes.
For example, I have 5 courses. I have chemistry, I have physics, I have computer, math, and biology. So I have those 5 courses. Now I have those 5 courses. Now I know that I'm good at biology and chemistry, so that are my center of interest. I know I'm good at biology and chemistry.
Okay.
But now I'm good. I'm quite good. So I will not take my time reading that to be perfect. Meanwhile, the 3 other subjects, I'm very poor.
Yeah, it's
very weak.
actually it's an ideology because there are some people I don't know like specify women to prefer to remain on that aspect like to be perfect there. Why?
It's not good. I always tell my friends that I prefer to be average
Okay.
in all my subjects than to be very strong and weak. Why am I saying that? Because
Yeah.
when you are average in all your subjects, you have that ability of growing at the same rate in all those subjects. When you're average, going at a certain level, with time going, progressing with all those things. So that's why I'm saying that it is preferable that you should learn. You should know your center of interest. You should
Yeah.
know your center of
Your
interest.
center of interest.
And when you know your center of interest, you diminish your hours of studies on that because you're already good and focalize yourself on the other something that you are not good.
Okay.
When I'm talking of focalize, our teacher, or I had one of my teachers in upper C was saying that you read as if you want to die, but you're not dying. So you read those other subjects as if you want to die, at least to gain an average work in that.
Okay.
So that will be perfect. You'll be able to achieve great goals with that.
Okay.
So, and the last thing that I want to talk about is talk about the person giving you the success. The person giving the success is, or the Almighty God.
God Almighty, obviously.
So, I'll share my little experience with people. At the approach of the GCE, I was praying while reading my books. But when I was praying like that. When I want to take my book, God will refer me to some questions. I want to reach on a GC paper. I see the copying back of the question. I touch that question. God. I touch those questions. So having a personal relationship with God, praying, reading His word, because
It's also essential.
Sometimes people have in mind that I'm I'm in an examination class,
Okay.
and I don't have time to read my Bible. I don't have time to pray. For me, it's madness. Because why? How can't you have time for the person that is giving you the success?
Yeah, I understand.
Even if it's 10 minutes, sacrifice 10 minutes. 10. Just 10 is enough for him. The moment that you are sincere is enough for him.
Okay.
So, for you to succeed and for him to be implied, to be involved in your success.
Okay.
So, that's what I had to share on how to achieve great goals in your studies.
Okay, to solve this problem now, imagine if now I am to write the GCE advanced level and I've not studied anything. I'm in the month of February, I think it's in 3 or 4 months coming now. What am I supposed to do? Like, just give me points and proceed.
Okay, as points, I will talk about be aware of your situation, first of all.
Okay, I need to be aware.
Secondly, you must build a timetable, an organized timetable that you will respect.
Okay.
Because sometimes you have the ability of doing timetable and not respecting. You're in a very dangerous situation, my friend, if you are that person, in a very dangerous situation. So you must build a timetable, an organized timetable, and I lay emphasis on that. An organized timetable that you respect.
Yeah.
Thirdly, solve a lot of past questions.
Okay.
And know your center of interest.
Okay, so actually you just said it all. Just need to be aware of yourself, be aware of your situation. Secondly, have a plan timetable. The timetable that you will follow, obviously. And this is the most important point that I really want. But like notice I did when I was in advanced level, could be very happy. Solve a lot of past questions. The 2018 rule says 20% reading, 80% past question or solving problems. Help you know. You need to be aware, as you said, be aware of your situation, and also need to be aware of the best time for you to study, what's the best moment of studying. I think that is very essential for us. So we thank you once more time, Mr. Mbak Salmon, for coming to my YouTube channel, and I hope you guys had something to learn.
So to conclude, I would say thank you for your kind attention. Subscribe, like, and click on the notification bell.
Yes, he's the one that thank you. Yeah.